Coming up.
Part Chat B is now in session. The Honorable Michael Boyce presiding. We're calling number 2 on the calendar, indicted 277 of 24, Guy Rivera. Mr. Rivera is present before the court. Can you appearances, please?
Yes, Jamal, Jamal Johnson for Mr. Rivera, who is present. Good morning, Your Honor. Good morning, Counsel.
And also for Mr. Rivera, Erin, E-R-I-N, Darcy, D-A-R-C-Y. Good morning.
On behalf of the Office of Belinda Katz, District Attorney of Queens County, John Krasinski. Good morning, Your Honor. Good morning, Counsel.
Assistant District Attorney Kenneth Zawatowski. Good morning, Your Honor. Good morning.
Good morning. You will serve notice pursuant to CPL Section 71031A, was stated made by this defendant on March 28th at Jamaica Hospital at approximately 9 p.m. to look in the presence of Officer Hugo. The substance of the statement is, yes, I am aware that there is a second knife secreted in my rectum. The actual language used by the defendant is included in the written notice which has been filed with the court and counsel. We're also serving notice pursuant to CPL Section 400.20 of our intention to have this defendant sentenced as a persistent felony offender. We have attached the appropriate information concerning the prior 2 felony convictions to that notice.
No further notice?
No, Your Honor.
For the protective order, which I've signed, we'll get a copy of that. The second issue that we're dealing with is the people's application to have legal aid removed from the case. Have you discussed that with your client at all or no?
I have discussed that with Mr. Rivera, and also have informed that we responded to that particular motion.
Mr. Rivera, I want you to understand something, sir. There's been an application on the District Attorney's part, this court, to have counsel recused from this case on a potential conflict. The conflict could arise from witnesses called by the people who have records that are sealed records, convictions that are sealed, legally represented in law. I have already told the parties that under no circumstances will I allow any sealed record to be unsealed, whether it's legal aid or another attorney representing me. So I'm sure that your attorneys explain that to you. But between now and the adjourn date, I'm going to assign another attorney called a conflict lawyer.
You good?
Yeah, I'll be okay. I'll figure it out.
We hope that this vicious, violent cop killer took a good look at the crowd in that courtroom, because he's going to see us every time he comes to court. This vicious individual wasn't afraid to prey on New Yorkers because nothing happened to him. He was arrested a dozen times, in and out of prison, back on the streets. Why was he back on the streets? He shouldn't have been back on the streets. And he was emboldened to carry an illegal firearm. He was emboldened to have an accomplice with them in that car. They were getting together to figure out how they were going to commit their next crime. And they thought they were going to get away with it. But they didn't count on our hero police officer, Jonathan Dilla, going to that scene and fighting to get that gun away from him. And he fought to the end, even though he was shot. They didn't count on these police officers behind me responding to that scene. They didn't count on these police officers responding every single time to their court hearings to make sure that these violent cop killers stay behind bars where they belong. And I got a message for every violent recidivist out there. If you attack one of us, you attack all of us. And it's not going to happen anymore. You're going to be prosecuted and you're going to be in jail. This family is going through a living nightmare that no family should have to go through. But they have our blue family now, and we will be with them every step of the way. Questions?
Got your thoughts on the protective order that was granted in light of concerns for safety and in light of the criminal charges against them?
Say that one more time.
Got your thoughts on the protective order that was granted in light of concerns for safety and what is accused of doing?
Well, he's a violent individual who's a felon. He's a felon his whole life. And what did he have? He had a knife. He had a knife up his rectum. He's a violent person, and he deserves to be behind bars and stay behind bars. He's a cop killer.
Patrick, what did the NYPD lose when they lost Jonathan Hill?
They lost a great police officer, a great man, great husband.
Today was a very emotional day for the family and for the NYPD. The arraignment of Guy Rivera on the indictment was today. He was once again remanded. A return date of July 22nd has been put on the calendar. It is amazing to see the NYPD come out in full force to support their brother, Jonathan Diller, who was killed, now an NYPD detective.
Yes, can you explain what the protective order is about?
So they're doing a lot of different hearings that are coming up, so until those are decided, the protective order is going to stay in place. There has been a motion about a conflict of interest related, so once that is done, we'll figure out what the order is. But as it stands right now, the next hearing is going to be July 22nd, and we will take it forward. There's still motions outstanding.
Have you spoken to Diller's family? They were up here today. Have you spoken to them?
Yeah, we have had open communication with the family. They are being very brave. They come out to support, really supporting their husband, their father, their brother, and their son. And it's always a difficult time for the family. So the DA's office, the NYPD, we are there for them to try to give them instructional support and also explain step by step what's going on in the process. But the family was here. I think it was the first time they were in court. It's always an emotional day. And you know, it's a process. And we will continue the process and continue to be there for you.